Hello and welcome to Inerox, the show that finally came back with the milk. Yeah. Now obviously I've made a video covering a closure of a channel that, by all means, was on the way out to begin with. But now it's about some children's channel I don't think many of the Inerox audience even cares about. Whatever. The BBC announced a few days ago that they were planning on closing smaller services, mainly BBC 4 and Radio 4 Extra, which, in all fairness, makes sense. BBC 4 has become even more so for repeats. One of its more popular repeats, however, happens to be Top of the Pops repeats. But then what's stopping the BBC from moving that onto BBC 2, along with the other stuff BBC 4 shows? Thought so. And Radio 4 Extra? Well, fair enough. I don't listen to it anyway. But the one channel I find really surprising to see the closure out of, CBBC. Launched back in 2002 after the BBC devised plans for new services, including a preschool channel called CBBC and a fully dedicated channel for older kids, CBBC. It was essentially a channel that replaced the daytime capacity of the soon-to-be replaced BBC Choice. I don't really have much to say other than some of its programming was some of the best I'd say on British children's television. You had Bear Behaving Badly, a show about a bear with a chewed up ear, Trapped, which was essentially Among Us before it was relevant, Tracy Beaker, a well-regarded hit for the channel, Bamzuki, essentially a kid's version of Robot Wars without the saws and steel, and Shoot. What do you mean you don't remember Shoot? And every day when I'd come home from school, back in the day where CBBC was still being broadcast on the mainline BBC One channel, I'd tuck into some Mr. Maker, then after that, the real shit begins. Am I High? Corneo and Bernie? It was called Watch My Chops over here, but whatever. Ooglies? Skunk Fu? I could literally go on and on. On the plus side, CBBC was actually pretty entertaining in between the shows, and even had a few bits that I was surprised they were even allowed to get away with.
That is not a picture of me.
What? It is!
That is a picture of Adolf Hitler.
What?
But alas, the powers that be must hate children as CBBC is poised to die. At least, not instantly, mind you. You've still got a few years of the channel kicking CITV's ass, while ITV cares less and less about their children's output and instead pay for American imports, as the channel did say on Twitter that they weren't closing. Yeah, BBC Three said the same thing, and look at how that ended up. I get it though, children are becoming more attached to their phone screen. They may as well make a TV channel for TikToks at this point. But at the same time, I feel bad for the parents who literally can't afford the internet, or let alone have a stable one to keep little old Tim entertained for the next few hours, while young Johnny's still got his CBeebies. Ain't gonna last forever, I suppose. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode of Inerox. If you like this stuff, please give it a like, comment, or even a share. It would do us really good. That's Inerox. I'll see you in another year or two. Whee!